Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi, weather in 5 days and 5 minutes. Nursing a bit of a scratchy throat here this morning. I got my hot coffee. And we're going to take a look at Hurricane Dorian and see what's up with Dorian today. Just got the new 8 a.m. advisory, and it's at 27.1, 78.4 west. It is actually starting to move at 1 mile an hour again. Top winds 120 miles per hour. It is a Category 3 hurricane, and obviously we're seeing the impacts of the almost non-existent movement since yesterday. The interaction with the islands of the northern islands of the Bahamas, and also just the upwelling that's going on with respect to the water there. The storm has been churning the same water now for about 2 days, and that brings up cold water from the bottom and has caused some weakening. And when you look at it on the satellite loop, the latest loop, the eye, which is shrinking a little bit here, looks like it's kind of wobbling in fits and starts, inches northward, then kind of stops, and then takes another push to the northwest. So we're at least starting to gain a little bit of latitude, even if it's only 1 mile per hour. But that would mean at that rate it would take 60 hours for it to just move 1 degree further to the north and pull away from Grand Bahama Island. But still a well-defined hurricane, obviously weaker, and now we're going to wait for it to continue its motion onto the north. We also still have hurricane warnings up from Jupiter Inlet up to the state line with the state line to Georgia, with hurricane watches that are up. There's also a small area of tropical storm warnings up in on the Georgia side, and then hurricane watches up to the South Carolina coast. And I'm expecting that those watches are going to be extended further to the north. The Melbourne radar, you can actually see what looks like the western edge of the eye wall there, east of West Palm Beach, and you're still getting some squalls coming in from off the ocean. Here's the view from the Miami radar. Now that it's gotten to about 27 degrees north, you're just kind of seeing the southwestern edge of this. So as far as the forecast outlook, nothing really has changed very much. We're probably going to see the hurricane come within about 30, 40 miles of the Florida East Coast at some point on Wednesday. By Wednesday morning, you could see the position here on the GFS is roughly at about 29.4 and 79.9. So that would be about 30 or 40 miles to the east, passes east of Jacksonville. Again, the big issue here with regards to the biggest issue, I believe, is going to be the tidal flooding that will occur with the storm passing up through this narrow gap from where it is to the mainland, and water that will be funneling down southward, coming in from the east and then funneling down southward. And from here, we take a turn, and this run of the GFS a little bit tighter with the low passing it very, very close to Charleston, bringing it onshore in southwestern North Carolina near Wilmington, over the Outer Banks, and then northeast from this point. So my thinking is that the northern extent of rain, and this could be off by a bit, but the northern extent of rain gets to about Washington, Baltimore, maybe up to about central Jersey, maybe getting to the south shore of the shores of Long Island, and then of course into southeastern New England. The GFS just has a wall at that point, and it's going to be a very, very tight wall. And you see where the heavy rains are with this: southeastern Virginia, eastern North Carolina, southern part of the Delmarva Peninsula, maybe touching southern New Jersey briefly at Cape May Friday afternoon before it moves out. Friday morning into Friday afternoon before it moves out to the northeast. And then how close does it get to Nova Scotia in Canada as a wrapped up low? That is something we're going to pay attention to. I want to show you a couple of things. First off, we have the potential for a tropical cyclone here. The Hurricane Center has put out a statement on this, with expecting this to become a tropical depression or a tropical storm later today in the western Gulf of Mexico. It's very close to land, unless the center were to reform underneath where the convection is to the north. And then it might be a bit more problematic, but at the moment it would seem that this is going to wind up going into Mexico, but we'll of course watch it. The other thing I wanted to show you is from the water vapor imagery, and this is something Levi Cowan did on one of his videos the other day, which I thought was really, really exceptional in explaining what was going on. But you can actually see the upper air troughs involved in all of this. The trough that's right down here that is impacting Dorian. Dorian is beginning to respond to this, and then we have that other trough that is up to the north, and you see it on the motion on the satellite that is moving southeastward. And we do have a cold front that we're going to have to deal with here for tomorrow. And I did want to point out that the Storm Prediction Center does have us at marginal risk from northeastern Maryland through southeastern and south central Pennsylvania, much of New Jersey, also on up into northeast PA, southern New York, southeastern New York, the middle and lower Hudson Valley to Long Island, and a good chunk of New England. I had a tornado near my house yesterday, a confirmed tornado in Suffolk County on Long Island. So if it happened yesterday, I suppose it wouldn't be a big shocker if it were to occur today. By the way, before I bring myself back up here, the Eastern Satellite, we've got a really good-looking day today. Our cold front from last night has passed along offshore. It's way out here. We're saying goodbye to that. We've got a nice high that is building in for today into tonight. So all of this dry air should keep us nice and sunny today. A warm summer day, not terribly humid. High temperatures will be in the low to some places middle 80s. And then we have the next cold front that will be approaching for Wednesday. And it's going to be, Wednesday's going to be a very warm day with temperatures in the middle to upper 80s. And we'll be watching for the possibility of some thunderstorms. And as we said, the Storm Prediction Center with its risk for severe weather. All right, folks, website posts coming up shortly, so be sure to check those out. We will do Weather in 10 for Patreon members shortly, a little later today. And we'll have our regular YouTube live stream coming up tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. So enjoy your day. Thank you for being here for Weather in 5. And consider, by the way, for those of you who are on my free app, to hit the Become a Supporter button on Facebook here. It's just $1 a month, and it goes a long way to keep ads on the app at a minimum. Thanks very much. We'll see you later.